This is a review for. This is a review. This is like a red alert. Don't buy this thing. This is a D tier item. It would be an F, but I want to save that for the horrific. And this is pretty close, so maybe I'll put it to F. But I'm thinking D right now. Though it's got nothing about it that I would rec to anybody. I can't say if you're into pop, you might like this, or if you're into stone cold monitoring, you might like this, or there's nothing about it that's appealing. It's put some drivers in a shell, put a screen on top, and then sell it. It's a mess. It's a total mess. When I first got these about a month and a half ago, maybe a little over a month ago, I listened a little bit and thought, oh, wow. Did a graph and thought, oh, geez. And then, yeah, no rush on that. Proved by the fact that no one's contacted me and said, hey, how's that set? Nobody has said that to me. And I kind of get why. And it's a shame because I guess every company wants to make money, but you're not going to make a lot if this is the effort that you put in. This is not good. I'm gonna segue, slide around a little bit, but this is all related, and I'll tie it up in a nice OCD bow at the end. But I'll keep it under 10 minutes, okay? This is the Lola by Jerry Harvey. This guy's a very smart man. If you watch his videos talking about phase and combining different drivers, and he's very smart. He is in the business, and he supplies gear to professional musicians years before 64 Audio and other companies were doing the same because they thought it improved their sales. I'm sure he did that for the same reason, but years and years and years, and he's still doing it, and some of his videos are helpful for people that might not understand the difficulties with combining different types of drivers into a small shell and having them not mess with each other. He explains it pretty good. The reason that the Lola is relevant to this is because if you turn the bass down, which you can do on the cable, which is actually very neat, and I prefer it over every other version because it's easy. You don't need to reach out. You need to pull anything out of your ears. You can just turn it. This is, when that bass is down, very much like that. From the sub bass all the way up to around 2K-ish, it's just shockingly stable. And you look at that and it looks very odd, but when you listen to guitars, vocals, when you listen to this track right here, No More by Aerosmith, which is a 4-member rock and roll band, which has a bassist, a guitarist, a drummer, and a lead singer. Very typical presentation. It plays that excellent. The piano comes through great. The guitar sounds good. The cymbal strikes sound natural and like they've got full life. A little different than like a Harman tune, but to my ears more natural for me. That's what that little final emphasis in the treble is, that spike. And it does its job. It doesn't bother me in any kind of way with female voices or anything else. So taking this set, I took the S6 Dewey because I thought this was the B5 Plus, or the B5. I didn't know until I checked the spreadsheet which one was actually sent to me, because I checked the internet and B5 had reviews but looked nothing like this. So I thought, what is that set? And I went and checked again. Then I thought, what was the frequency graph again? And then it's one of those really nasty ones, so I couldn't figure out which one. I'm not going to regraph it. It doesn't really matter. I'll put it up for you guys later if you want to see it. It doesn't play anything back well. Compared to this set, played together with this in my right ear and this in my left, and then playing with volume, trying to see, because there's going to be differences. This sounded like a legit earphone playing everything very nice, and this was a congested mess. And then I thought, I'm right ear dominant, I guess. I can knock people fuck out with my right hand easily, and can with some effort with my left, so I'm right side dominant. In my ears, never measured, they both measured the same, but flip it over, same thing. Now on the left side the piano sounds nice and clean, and those cymbal crashes sound nice and good, and they sound like a wreck on the right side, so it doesn't matter left or right. These sound bad, these sound good. And now I'm going to move into one final spot. There's something in the Western culture and maybe worldwide, and it's called short money. It's actually a street term that's been adopted into the modern cultural lingo. And short money means exactly what it says, short money, like now money. like a pyramid scheme, but more legit than that. Like, make the money now, and then we'll do something else. We'll sell this set. If it doesn't work out, we'll make another set. We'll call it the whatever. That's short money. Longer money is when you think, we want this thing to last a long time and to be successful. We're going to release other stuff, but having this as a legacy item and people saying, why don't you keep, doing that? That's the big pie with one piece, a big piece of that big pie, versus a smaller piece of many, many, many pies. That's literally short money versus long money. The short money person thinks, that's the biggest pie. I want that. Give me a big piece of that pie. Okay, here you go. And then the other person said, no, just a small one. And they're looking at 100 pies. They're gonna trounce that cake in volume 4, 5, 6, 7 times over, because they're thinking about the long term. The EJ07 right now is on the edge. Is on the edge of losing that. All those pies are about to fall off the shelf because people are not paying attention to quality control. I said to people on Discord and on Patreon that the most uttered phrase that I've said to people that are in the business is quality control, quality control, quality control. There's none here. That's why I'm bringing this up. Quality control can prevent something from ever having any kind of life, and this is never going to have any kind of life. And it can take something that's got the potential to be really, really good and crush it. I don't care what people say about the DM6. I know for a fact, having talked to people that were involved with it, that it was a 5BA clone of the Andromedas, and it measured exactly the same. My set. And I'm not even a fan of that, but at that price point, I'm a fan of that. And they lost control of QC. They didn't listen to people. They decided to do drops at the same time they were doing 1111s. They just totally destroyed what could have been a long-term, lots of pies with lots of pieces, and total net profit and sales moved overall much more than what they did by just trying to push that out the door. They killed it. There's people that still say, I got my DM6, I don't want to move off it. They got a good one. They made some good ones, but a lot of it was garbage. The EJ07 by Shure is, I've been telling since those little circuit boards were coming off, please fix that. Please fix that. I don't care what some people said, that, I can't hear the treble, that's not a great set. Bullshit. 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 I've heard hundreds of earphones, and I know people that follow my channel that have heard dozens, if not more than that, and they love the EJ07. There are people that are not paying attention right now for reasons that are unknown to me. You're going to lose that. You're going to lose that set. You're going to lose the future profits of that set because you're not paying attention, because quality control for some reason is not high on your list. Stop thinking about short money and stuff like this, and like, we'll just make another one, and we got another one, and hey everybody, we got another one. How about make some really good high quality stuff and give it some long life? There's this habit to mimic certain portions of other companies' model but not take on the most important one, which is quality control. How many people have ever come along and said, my Sony Z1R broke, or there's some problem with it? You could run that over the car. That's another topic. And you don't need to be in that price range to get high quality. Quality control is everything. So I'm sorry I turned this video into that, but it's just like, there's none here. This is a joke. This isn't short money. This is almost no money. This is what not to do in the hobby. And then worse than this. This is bad. This is a set that's not that good. Why build it? Worse than that. Worse than that is to take a set that is good, that is well tuned, that sounds brilliant, that has a holographic 3D presentation. Man, if you love the EJ07, please comment in here. That is a awesome set. That is an awesome set. And to take that and to kill it because a QC is a worse sin than to make a junk set. This is dead from the idea to the execution stage. The EJ07 has been winning all the way up until the final step. It's been in people's hands and they've loved it. They've let it go and said, I got to get that back. Like, that's how good that is. And you're going to kill that, man, because you're not paying attention to QC. This has got nothing to do with regional stuff like Chifi. Every company. I had a 64 audio that got sent to me with a giant gouge on it. Sounded like crap. They took care of me. That was years ago, but it happens to everybody. But I'm playing with Chifi now. This is a sin. It's crap audio play. Taking a good set and crushing it because you can't pay attention to quality control is a bigger sin. Long money. It's like time. They run along the same scale at the same time. You exist longer, you make longer money over time. You've already tooled up to make it. You just keep making more if the demand increases. Instead of coming up with new ideas, and we got, you know, this many drivers, and we got tribrids, and man, the EJ07 is a great tribrid. Take care of it. This reaching out and grabbing tons of stuff and like throwing spaghetti on the wall, I kind of get it, but when you've got enough stuff stuck on the wall, take care of it. You got a bunch of stuff stuck up there right now, as far as I can see. Well, please take care of it. Don't need to stock this, in my opinion. I think it's garbage. But this is not as big a deal as something that is legitimately good and is being crushed because the people that make it are not paying attention, or the people that are watching those people are not taking the job seriously. Fire them all. Fire them all. Losing money is a bad thing. Fire everybody. Gone. You fucked up. Don't do it again. Fucks up again. Gone. I don't care what the situation is. You get paid to do a job, do your damn job. If your job is sticking drivers into a small shell and doing that correctly equals a good replay, do it. And if you can't do that job, get another job. Seriously. Because if your lack of focus and attention is causing damage to a company, you should be fired. And if the people are just throwing drivers into a shell without fucking thought, well, fire them because they're fucking stupid. So this turned out to be completely different than what I thought. So my apologies to some of you, and you're welcome to others, because some people prefer these videos. Like, absolutely unscripted. Total garbage. In the whole scheme of things, not as big a sin as taking something that's already popular and destroying it by lack of care. What a waste. That's not short money or long money. That's sunk money. That's throwing money in a hole. That doesn't make any sense. And shout out again to the Naga Audio Sirius. This is a nice set. This is really good, and it's got some stuff in common with the Lola, which is really interesting. And when I listened to this the first time, I thought, oh, these are like bloodline relatives. Your Chinese cousin says hello. And I'm out.